Is it possible for most of us to be influencers and artists at the same time? Or is influence culture actually destroying art? It's one of the things that I want to look at. It seems that more and more as the marketing landscape changes, artists are becoming more preoccupied with the road to being an influencer. And I'll explain. When you're an artist, it's a process and a journey. And that journey, when it's interrupted, a lot of times means that artist doesn't live up to the full potential of what they could have been. In the world of social media, in order for you to succeed and use the tool for what it was meant for, to gain more followers, to gain people, to gain more people, as far as knowing who you are as an artist, as a marketing tool, as a tool to bring in an audience that you might not have been able to do on your own. The internet and social media has its advantages, but it also, I think, now has its disadvantages. And the disadvantages are, I think it's blurred the line between what a creative is. The creative is almost being forced to make a choice between being an influencer or being just an artist. Now, changing times require changing approaches, and that's true. But there was a time when social media, in its simplified form, was simply a way to inform people organically that you existed. And then the rest just fell on your imagery. The rest just fell on you being good at your craft and finding the right somebody who appreciated your work. And I'm pretty sure in the beginning it was also great for collectors. And those collectors were looking for art that touched them. You were looking to touch somebody with your art. So it was the perfect combination. But fast forward to today, and instead of simply connecting with the work, people are now looking to be entertained. They're looking to see artists living the artist lifestyle. They're looking to see paintings in progress, which is funny to me because a lot of the paintings in progress, and this is just an opinion, they're not very good. You look at these time-lapse paintings and you're like, okay, let me watch this, let me see what happens, and then it turns into something remarkable or unexpected. A lot of times it just turns into splatters. It turns into something completely underwhelming. You look at these posts and then they have 2,000 likes. I'm under the assumption that many people just want to see things moving on the screen. And if the colors are bright enough, then it really doesn't matter if it is an exercise in skill. It's a demonstration of skill. And art is subjective. But while art is subjective, there is some objectively bad stuff out there. Some of the work isn't work. It's a demonstration of a lifestyle. And this lifestyle may be what the artist is living or what the artist is simply fabricating. And there are some that'll say, well, all life ends up being performance art because we're marketing and we're advertising. But the art is becoming secondary to the actual product. Most people will never sell anything on Instagram. Most artists. What they will have and what they will gain is dopamine rushes from people saying, whoa, your art is great. 2,000 likes. Translates into what? And you have to have some awareness for your art, and I understand that. But when your persona, and you're not a performing artist, you're just a normal painter or sculptor. When your persona becomes more important than the work that you do, and you find yourself spending more time advertising the idea of you as a person as opposed to creating the reality of your art, you now have to depend on vast numbers of people to generate a couple of dollars. I don't think a lot of people understand the lives of social media influencers. They spend an enormous amount of time trying to become viral. They spend an enormous amount of time making videos, cutting videos for short, making those into shorts, remixing short, doing all these different things. And with algorithms and the desperation of some artists, what ends up happening is artists lose their way and they forget that they are artists. They adopt a new persona. And a lot of times that persona has nothing to do with art. I would like to see social media simplified. I think the organic format, and here's the deal, I understand that the people who create these social media platforms have to generate a certain kind of traffic, a certain kind of interaction. And these algorithms dictate that. While this is good for the company, it's not necessarily good for the artist. I've seen some artists that I assumed were just newbies because they had 2 or 3 likes, every post. I assumed that they were not far removed from me as far as their notoriety, their popularity. It turns out that these artists are people that are in international circles. They're just busy being artists. They're simply busy connecting to avenues that are serious about art, are serious about the investment in art. So they're not really visible in that way. I don't know if anyone will ever develop a social media platform for creatives that operates off of an organic algorithm, but I really think there needs to be one. And I stress organic because, the cream rises to the top. Not, it shouldn't be the one that spends the most, ad dollars, the one who buys the most bots. It shouldn't be that. I think a level playing field of 1 million artists who have to be the best that they can be and compete the best they can, let the chips fall where they may, and stand on their art. I think that would be an absolutely incredible platform for artists. I'd love to know your thoughts on social media, influencer culture, and art. Can they coexist? Is the art being ruined because of it? Leave comments, share, like, and subscribe. And until the next time, this is your guy, the brave artist, Nathan Lee. And talk soon.